The Imahara Gardens at Hemmingbow are a labor of love. That labor comes from 84-year-old Walt Imahara, a second-generation landscaper whose family moved to the U.S. at the turn of the 20th century. They kept their roots intact, carefully building the stroll garden one snip at a time.
So he gave us a piece of property next to the water, and we had to do a lot of work there to get it prepared.
Walt is used to doing the heavy lifting around here. He was a collegiate and Pan Am weightlifting champion in the 60s and 70s. He says his desire to succeed is an asset on the racks and in the landscaping business.
There's no such thing as planting an ornamental plant in your yard that you cannot trim. You have to trim it because here, the nature of the growth. So in the holly family, boxwood family, juniper family, everything's kept low by pruning.
The attention and eye for detail is part of what makes their landscaping business so successful and is definitely present here at the gardens. In 2020, I shot this at the Heian Garden in Kyoto, Japan. An echo of it is present here in St. Francisville, Louisiana.
My father always talked about the odd numbers that he uses in his Japanese design of plant material. Why do you make a three-tier topiary? And he told the people here in Baton Rouge, it's called heaven, man, and earth. It doesn't want religion you're in. There's still heaven, man, and earth. Okay, and all of a sudden, the homeowner took pride in it.
Prominent in the garden is the family monument. The inscription is to Walt's great-uncle who died in a war in the 19th century. The monument survived World War II, but wasn't going to survive neglect.
The blast of the Hiroshima, this is right outside Hiroshima, and there's a hill there, and the blast went over the hill. The Buddhist temple survived, and a few monuments there survived. 50 years later, they're going to remove the monument. Now, every time we go back, we look for it, but it's one monument, hundreds around, but this one is not cared for, dirty, and it's leaning. There's no flowers, okay, and the Buddhist priest that lived there on the site said no one has come visit it for 50 years, so they're going to destroy it. So we made all the efforts and we brought it back to Louisiana a few years ago.
The Imahara family bell here is a Western touch that Walt says has been at their properties for a while and is for couples to have good luck as they ring it.
And we want to ring it 3 times, okay? And with that in mind, we want to be heard in heaven, okay? And the bell is like the monument. You cannot build a structure over it, okay? Because we're going to put a structure over the monument, and the first thing my Japanese friends said, no, you can't do that. It's got to point to heaven.
The combination of East and West is part of the harmony that governs both the Imahara landscaping and what they want to contribute to the world.
And like my father used to say, when you enter the world, nature and peace, okay, and you leave the old world behind.
Walter's niece Wanda Chase runs the family's landscaping business. Sadly, the day before I shot this story, her father passed away, and we want to offer our condolences to the Imahara family. Now, to find out more about Walt's story or to utilize their landscaping yourself, we'll link you over to our website at twilatv.org. And guys, this really had a good opportunity for me. I kind of had an error. I ran out. I didn't get the audio the first time around, so I had to go back out, and I went to their family's museum they have there on Perkins Row at their business. And their father has all kinds of poetry carved into wood, really. Oh, wow. And as well as all of Walt's trophies from weightlifting and all of their family history from, all the way from California to the World War II internment camps all the way through modern day.
And then this is the second story you've done with them. I mean, the first one 20 years ago.
Yeah.
What was that like going back and meeting with them again?
It was fun. It was great to see all of them before. I was going to have Wanda on, of course, but it's their business is so integral to Baton Rouge, as well as the fact that Cortana Mall is being demolished right now here in Baton Rouge. Well, they were the ones who originally landscaped it all those years ago in the 70s.
That's crazy.
Story right up your alley. I could not have written a better one for you to do.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.